Hello again everybody and welcome to another video. It's me, Wushu Richard here with another video for you guys. And in this video I'm going to talk to you about martial arts. Okay, martial arts and Kung Fu. And to me, again, what it means to be a martial artist, okay, in terms of a fighter, okay. And I want to basically cover a few points of martial arts combat. Now, I've gone over a few things before in training videos and in verbal talk videos like this, and I've talked to you all about my feelings regarding martial arts. You know, I stand for all the morality of what it's all about. Morality, you know, protecting life, keeping healthy, self-defense, obviously, if you need to fight. I've covered also many facts like, you know, no style is perfect, but, you know, certain styles that I feel are more whole. And I've talked about my training. I've talked about the fact that it's good to know different techniques for different situations. I've talked about different elements of like confidence and your attitude towards life and how that can be influenced, you know, or vice versa with the training. But in this video, okay, it's different. In this video, I'm going to just talk to you briefly about the basic overall point, okay? First of all, there's people out there in the world who believe that, you know, a very strong point which could be seen as true. For example, are certain martial arts better than other martial arts? And hear me out, I'm not going on to that usual argument as usual. I'm just saying, are certain martial arts better than others? As in, what systems are more hollow, you know, what systems are more geared towards all kinds of unorthodox or like, you know, street fights, you know, and what kind of systems engage it all, you know, and cover it all, like grappling, self-defense, striking, you know, and everything like that, ground fighting, stand-up, whatever elements you can imagine, you know, and covering it all in a simplistic way, you know, but you know, brings the best out of someone, and the training is like good, strong training, and that, you know, you see that. We could argue, we could go to certain arts. In fact, you look at a lot of arts, and some arts are more, you may, depending on who you are and what experience you've got, you may definitely see certain arts which are more geared, or seem to be more geared towards real street fighting or real different fighting scenarios, right? But I'm not talking about that, okay, and I'm not talking about the health side and the whole life of being a Kung Fu practitioner, which is really what it's really about. But in this video, I'm just talking about the fighting part, okay? I want to explain a few things. I want to put a few things straight, because people just don't seem to get it. And this is from my point of view, take it or leave it. I don't look like an MMA guy, okay, and I'm not. But it's like, I regard myself as one of the students, the descendants, disciples, children, whatever you want to call it, of Kung Fu. And that's what I'm about, okay? I'm not about big MMA, you know, stuff, okay? I'm not doing that. But I want to speak though, if you'll hear me out, humbly, right? Talking about points of combat in martial arts in general, all arts, this covers, okay? But Kung Fu and all arts, okay? What I'm going to say to you is this. People get the idea, you know, that a martial art, if you're a martial artist, and if you're legit, as they say, you know, you're legit, you're so good at combat, you can win, maybe not every fight, okay? We'll let you off there, maybe not every fight, but more or less most fights you can handle yourself. Otherwise, stop bragging about martial arts, right? That's what people's attitude is. A lot of people will feel that, you know, you're bragging about martial arts all the damn time. You know, you're flexing your shit. You know, like, you know, you're not actually able to deal with 9 or even 8 out of 10 fights. There's a problem there. You know, who the hell wants to learn from you, right? That's the kind of attitude from people. This is totally wrong. If you have an army, a war, you know, a war, there's different people who are geared towards different things. You know, you may have soldiers wielding guns and weapons and knowing how to use them. Certain people know how to use certain things differently. You get long-range fighters, snipers, people who can fly helicopters and whatever. Now we're going into the realms of the Matrix, aren't we? No matter what you say, it's all the realms of the human mind, the people who make these films. It's like the amount of passion and heart and love that you might see in a movie director, in his stories. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like right there, it's like that's more military understanding than some of these people on the ground or ever fighting in the ground, air or sea, actually fighting in war. It's a different thing. You see what I'm trying to say? It's like not fighting, it's the emotion, the humanness about it. So no one's perfect at anything, right? No one's perfect at anything. All the different arts, all the different skills we learn. But you're going to be good at certain things, and certain things are better for certain areas. Now you can say you're a good martial artist, a good fighter, even. But you don't say, this is where people get it wrong, this is where people feel that, this is where people want to put people down. If you're a martial artist, and even a martial arts expert, it doesn't necessarily mean that you, or the art that you do, or you and the art, connected as you are in one, it doesn't, as a skill or a lifestyle, it doesn't mean that that is a flawless, or I shouldn't use that word flawless, I should say, it doesn't mean that it can cover all areas, you know. Let me give you an example to put a few stupid people straight, no offence, right? There's people out there who really just won't get it, and they'll just always want to put you down for your art being not perfect, you know. Listen to this. How about Mike Tyson's boxing? A boxer, a really good boxer. I just used the name Mike Tyson there just because he's like a world champion, right? I'm saying a boxer, right? Boxing doesn't include other techniques. It doesn't include the grappling, right? So let's say if a champion boxer, a really world-class boxer, was in a fight in the street, in a bar or in some stupid place where fighting meat-headed idiots congregate, there's going to be a fight, okay, violence erupts between human beings who can't control their emotions. For damn sake, why not, you know, why not, right? But they do. You know, someone called you at this or that, someone looked at you funny, whatever it is, attitude, ego on both sides. And, you know, there's got to be a fight, okay, there's a fight. And, you know, so one of the guys is like a world-class boxer, he's a really good champion boxer, and the other guy grabs the guy around the waist and takes him down. MMA guy maybe, or just some big tough guy, but he was a police officer or ex-army or whatever he was, someone comes to the waist, takes the guy down. Now what do you say? Do you stop saying, oh, boxing is terrible? No, you don't do that. You say it's geared towards, it's different kinds of art. Now, there's two things there, 2 points there. One thing you say, exactly, exactly, Richard, you know, different arts, that's why certain martial arts are better, like for example Krav Maga, it's got striking, it's got grappling, it's got kicking, it's got weapons, but you know, what's this thing, or whatever you want to say, you know, and this is the thing, and they start wanting to say that, well, but you know, they still admit you can't be perfect, you know, so yeah, but more close to perfect, man, it's really good, you know, blah, 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 blah. The honest truth is, you're always going to be flawed, and you'd rather be better at certain skills than others, and you've got to be useful. So what I'm trying to say though is, it doesn't matter if you just do boxing and you're a champion boxer, or if you're a Krav Maga practitioner or whatever. Whatever fighting skills you know, you're always going to be better at certain skills. Or let me put it another way, certain skills are going to work better. In some situations, those punches that you're throwing may be similar to a boxer's if you're a Krav Maga guy, and the punches are going to hit when they land and they're going to work well. In a grappling range, it's not going to work so well. Someone steps to the side, knees you in the rib cage, it can happen, or kick you low. To be honest, with human beings, it's just the way we move anyway. You know, and you can't be perfect and have the best reactions. So, what I'm trying to say is, you don't put down certain techniques in a martial art, in a fighting system. You don't say that, well, you know, this particular technique is ridiculous. You don't do that, because techniques work in different situations. The key for the keyhole door. Certain things work at certain times. when the path is clear and the green light shines, the cars can go through. When it's a red light, the other cars go across you the way. So you work things. This is common sense, it's nature. Right? So what I'm trying to say is, we're not talking about that. What I'm saying is, certain martial arts. So people want to put down, like, let's say, Wing Chun, Kung Fu. What I do, one of my main martial arts, Wing Chun, Wing Chun. People might want to put down certain aspects of Aikido and stuff and say, well, Aikido's a ridiculous art, blah, 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 blah. Whatever they want to say. But that's just really totally ignorant. What you should say is not Aikido can beat this, Aikido can beat that, or Wing Chun can beat this and that, or whatever works on the street. No, that's all ridiculous. All situations are different. But the thing is, what works for what? You learn certain locks in Aikido, arm locks and things, and self-defense. But with leverage, when someone's grabbing onto you and how to work with that. The same with Wing Chun, the sticky hand and trapping. When someone's grabbing onto you and they're there and you actually feel that trap, it's how you work in that situation. But it doesn't mean that you're surrounded by 4 guys or just some tough guy comes lashing out at you and you're going to come up to you, okay, come on, sticky hand. This is what people don't understand. People seem to think that, and again, there's people who actually do the martial arts, 2 people that do martial arts, and those people are the same. They've got the same attitude. They're like, well, no, my martial art works, They still can't see beyond the fog. They're like, well, no, my Wing Chun works for everything. Me, I'm humble. I'll say that my martial art won't work for everything, but there's no damn way I'm going to say that it's not useful, it's not this, that, because I know exactly what works in certain situations. I know because I feel it in my training, and I feel it in different kinds of training, like freestyle sparring, sticky hands, and things like that. I know exactly what works in terms of reaction and feeling, and in what range. So it doesn't mean to say that I do Wing Chun, whatever comes at me, people punching, I can always block, I can always come in and go sweat and trap them up. Someone comes from this angle and lock the guy up. It doesn't matter, it's like, it's not the art and it's not the person. The person's not perfect, the art's not perfect, but it works for certain things. So a boxer, let's say a boxer, right? A boxer might think, oh man, I'm not going to learn Aikido with all those locks and stuff. What's the point, man? I'll just move around and box the guy out, But if someone comes at the guy grabbing on or whatever, and you can work those locks, you'll find that they're really useful if you learn some Aikido. I've never learned it formally, I've learned a few techniques from it, and it's similar to other training I've done in other styles. But I'm just showing how I'm open-minded and I can see different things from different arts, I say, which are useful. So what I'm trying to basically say is, like, you don't blame the art or blame the you don't blame a person for not being able to fight and defend against every single attack and whatever speed, whatever angle, this or that, And the same with the arts. You don't blame a certain martial art for not being perfect or not being good. Because arts are designed the same way as the techniques within them are. They're designed for certain things. And although a lot of martial arts and skills have been designed for all-round fighting, you still got to learn free and be able to flow freely and naturally to move with different movements. So you might work really good in close range for Wing Chun trapping, but then you might work in a longer range, blocking with that bigger movements, hands out, flying kicks and stuff like that from different angles, So try to say someone grab you from behind, sink that stance like Tai Chi, or go into some Hapkido lock there, or ninjutsu, whatever, man, jiu-jitsu, Aikido, judo, it doesn't matter what, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, karate, taekwondo, the list goes on. I'm trying to say, you work with what works in what situation. And there's people in the world who don't understand that. And then, the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, no matter that, even though all arts, a lot of arts are trying to be geared towards many areas of fighting, or if not all, in their mindset, the way they practice at least. And yes, we do want that mindset that we want to be strong in our art, and we do want that mindset that we determine, or that mindset that we need focus as a martial artist, where we can fight from any angle, and all that. But the thing I'm trying to say, but what I'm trying to say is, the truth is, certain martial arts are more better for certain things. Right? It's not just like me saying this and it's like, oh, I could have not said that, because without me saying it, it's still what it is anyway. I know. But what I'm trying to say is, I know exactly what I know about Wing Chun, right? Now, I might not be able to stand up to certain MMA fighters or even some tough guy, even some street fighters, to be honest with you, or some boxers or whatever. certain people in certain situations I might have better reactions and fighting. You're not always going to work. Sometimes it will work better. I'll say my Wing Chun, for example, or a bit of my Tai Chi that I do. Let's say my Wing Chun over. I know damn well what works in a close range when someone's grabbing. I know when I feel that pressure, someone's grabbing, I know how to absorb, go into certain techniques. I know how to work with the techniques, I know how to work it. Trapping, absorbing. I know what works. Not from my mind, from the feeling, as in I know how to do it. I don't know how I do it. But what I'm trying to say is, it's like, that's what I'm saying to you. So, if someone was to come to you and say, some MMA guy or some tough guy off the street to say that and say, oh, I hear you know a lot about fighting, man. Well, how about this? I can just break your head, punch you in now, or like step up against me, and they start throwing all these different punches and stuff, and they just might even knock you out. Maybe you're not even fast enough to block even, and they really do you in. And it's like, see, man, I told you I knocked this shit out of you, man. You know nothing about fighting, man. You skinny ass. For example, right, one of these guys. Or they come at you and they be like, oh, you know about ninjutsu, do you? Okay, show me. Then they come and fucking play with you or whatever. Whether they're a trained fighter, UFC, MMA, whatever, or just some street thug. And they get you off guard. Regardless of all what you know, they knock the fuck out of you. But what I'm trying to say is that it depends on your ability and defending, guarding and stuff. But I'm saying, if you're someone who's really good at locks and absorbing and stuff, well, that's the thing. So I'm trying to say to you, different defence works against different attacks. When someone's grabbing on you now, trying to wrestle you, take you down, and you know how to absorb, if you're like a Tai Chi guy or an Aikido guy, and you've got really good ability, this big tough guy is going to be flying all over the place. And in the end of it, if he trains with you and he gets practice, in the end, he will know and he will learn the way, and he or she will be very grateful to you. And they'll say, shit, this is the same guy I could have boxed out with one fist straight to the head, because he hasn't got the best boxing skill like I do. But yet I've learned all this grappling stuff from this guy, I've learned all this grappling from this guy, and I've got respect for that. So when someone tries to grapple you, you'll be able to work with that. Because it's like I said in the beginning, maybe you're like a champion boxer, like Mike Tyson or something like that, and you've got really, really good boxing hands. But when someone does come in a surprising situation, anywhere on the street or in a bar, and someone comes to grab you around the waist and they want to chuck you down with a grapple move, and you're not ready for it, you see what I'm saying? So you might say, well, yeah, that's why we learn different martial arts for different things, and that's why certain martial arts are better, because they've got more training for different areas. I agree, but what I'm trying to say is also, martial arts are still different, and certain martial arts are better at certain things. Whereas they might not be so good in other things, you want to focus on those good points of it. So you might not always want to be doing Wing Chun blocks all the time against an opponent when they're coming at you. You might want to go into a Muay Thai guard or boxing or a strong karate stance when you use karate. But when someone grabs onto you, you might want to trap that arm up, go in and go with those Wing Chun traps and go with those techniques I'm trying to say. So you work with what works, and that's what I'm trying to say. So all this bullshit about people putting down different martial arts, and putting martial arts down and saying that, that's no good, or you're not a good fighter, or I'm not going to learn I can't learn anything from you. Well, that's like, it's really ignorant. Really ignorant. Because you've got to remember that you might have some army training or any kind of physical training in your life. Even like in school, even when you went to school as a kid, right? You learn English or you learn maths with another teacher. You got different teachers for different things. Like you got one person teaches you how to drive the Jeep, one person teaches you how to fire the bazooka. Let's say, I'm trying to say that in the army. Let's say that. So I'm just saying, it's what it is. One person teaches you cooking, survival, medication. What do you call it? First aid and what herbs are in the forest you can use, healing, what I'm trying to say, different things, and it's all for survival, it's all for the love of life, sort of warfare, whatever you want to call it, scientific, that's what it is. It's not to say that, a fight's a fight, you're going to be perfect, what works the best, and I can learn nothing from you because I can just wipe you out, and plus, it's not a humble thing either. It's not saying, I can be humble, man, okay, anyone can learn from anyone, okay, I trust you, I can learn from my little bro here. It's not the point, it's that, you really fucking can learn something, it's going to save your day of life, You might be the best shot in the world, but you need someone to teach you how to load that fucking gun. You might be the best archer, but when all of your arrows are run dry, what then? You're going to start choking out one of the little tribesmen in the forest, and the guy says, no, I can teach you. You might not even understand his language, and you start slapping the guy, saying, I'm the fucking Robin Hood of the forest, you punk bitch. And then this little tribesman's trying to tell you that he can teach you how to make your own arrows in the forest from twigs and stuff. And he's got the knowledge that's going to fucking make you never run out of arrows again. You see what I'm trying to say? And if you're in a situation where you need that, you see what I'm trying to walking through the forest, you never found anything. You never found wood to make a shell, to make a little tree house, make a raft or boat to get down the other end of the river, you know, oars, fighting weapons, spears for hunting, arrows, none of that, wood for fire, none of that stuff, you know. It was just literally, you know, something to keep him off the ground from the ants and the bugs that might bite him and the nice snakes or whatever, to make a hammock or whatever you're going to say. None of that, he just didn't think at all. And he was just walking through the forest like this, never saw the wood for the trees, right? Is there one? You see what I'm trying to say? So the people in this closed mind, people always in this wrong way of thinking. Martial arts, right? Each and every martial art has something good in them, profound in them. It might take you to find it because, like, you know, teachers teach different things. You get certain teachers who teach the whole thing. I mean, I'm the same. I'll be showing martial art. I'll be explaining how to block and stuff. Say someone swings at you, turn and block like this. Come in, I'm trying to make everything work, of course. And that's what martial arts is. You do try and make it work, you know, of course. But as well, I'm just saying that, you know, a lot of teachers will be showing certain things, and you have to use your own mindset. A different block, a different stance, a different swing punch, or different moves might work in different situations, right? So you might not always be using Wing Chun, let's say, or, you know, whatever style it is. Or boxing, you might go into a grappling situation if you know some judo or whatever. You see the guy there, you're boxing, punching, the guy's up against the thing, the bar or whatever you're fighting in the public, like, the guy's standing there, this idiot, and he's like, he's covering up in there, you're still punching, trying to get to the guy, but his waist's open there, you can go and grab that, take him down. So, you know what I'm saying, there's common sense, but, you know, like you don't see it when you're stuck in a certain style. And what I'm trying to say is, just because that grappling move might have worked better for you, it doesn't mean that boxing is no good now, does it? When the guy's guard's dropped and you're punching the head out of the guy, it's damn well working when he's on the receiving end of that knockout, and also connected shot. So the same with Wing Chun. Sort of grabbing, if someone's swinging their arms all over the place, coming at you, punching, or swinging a knife, even, or bare hands, you don't want to try and grab that down. Well, you might not be able to catch all those arms. But it's like when someone's actually grabbing on your ear and going to trap, he grabs you, you grab him, trap that up, bring that down, but going in that range, you can really work with different techniques, you know, I'm trying to say to you. Someone comes at you to punch you here, you might just block on the side, you see what I'm trying to say. And then you come up in the boxing again, parry from low from there, back to Wing Chun, you see what I'm going in and working it. So it's how you actually use it. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, long range, Wing Chun's mainly for close range anyway, you know. I'm just saying, you know. So, you know, think about it, you know. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Martial arts shouldn't be like open-minded, but you're going to be like the people that are so damn ignorant, you know. They're the ones who put people down and not believe they can learn anything useful from anybody else because they think you're not good at what they do, or, you know, so you're not good at everything, so you're not good at anything. You're not good at everything, so you're not good at anything. You're not good at what they know, so you're not good at anything. They think they're bigger than the world, but they know they don't know everything. If you just shut up, and people shut up and be humble and learn certain things and learn it well, maybe, you know, you'll see how useful some of these things are. You know, you'll learn lots of useful arts. What I just used here, that example with the archer who runs out of arrows, and he's like, you can learn how to make arrows from someone, or you know what I mean, or someone who's like a ninja, swordsman, ninja in the forest. He's lost his fucking sword, man. He lost his fucking sword, but it's like he's thinking, shit, how can I fight now? And then there's people in the forest who could teach him how to fight, how to set booby traps and different things that could really fucking work. And the guy's like, nah man, I'm a swordsman, I hack and slap the shit out of it and shoot my enemy. But it's like, you see, he could learn. He's open to all those, you know, all those different openings. He's open to attack. We're not trying to say that your weapons are no good. We're trying to say that everyone's got vulnerable points and everyone's open to attack. But everybody's got points where that guard or that attacking weapon, it's all for defence anyway. The attack or the defence is to defend yourself, really, right? In combat, it's like there's always going to be times and positions where you are open to attack. And you have to deal with things differently, because different things deal with it differently, you know? So it doesn't matter, the big tough guy grabs you around the waist, he's going to take you down, and you're trying to punch the guy in the head from here. It's like a bit like boxing, but it's like, it's not working, you're just going to go down. So you've got to learn something else, and you say, shit, should I learn sumo? I'm a skinny guy, maybe I should learn to become fat and sumo. You see what I'm trying to say? But you start thinking different things, you see what I'm trying to say? So that, but life teaches you, experiences teach you this, and the lessons of life are there in Kung Fu and in martial arts, but we're talking about martial arts in this video, I know the point, you know. But that's what I'm trying to say. I know what I know in the martial, I know what I know in the Wing Chun and different arts, and I know how I would use it, and I know what I can teach people, you know. But it's not to say that I believe that my art is like perfect for every situation, and this is the art, or I'm such a great fighter against it, but I know what works and what I would do, and I know so much about the arts I know that would work in life situations, you know. So, you know, people shouldn't be humble, people, even instructors and good teachers, they shouldn't go out there, whether they're making money from it or not. People shouldn't do that, you know. People shouldn't go out there, people shouldn't keep going out there and trying to advertise their art like it's the perfect thing and it can deal with anything. But most people who shouldn't be fools or stupid idiots shouldn't be trying to believe or think that there is an art which is like perfect like that too, that can deal with everything. Nothing is perfect, you know. You know what I'm trying to say? A Tai Chi master, Tai Chi, you know, it's like this masterful way, you know, it's like you should be absorbing every attack, nothing can touch you, you become like water the way you flow, but it's like, even a Tai Chi master will be hurt if he's in the line of fire. You know what I'm trying to say? If his physical body is in the line of fire, he'll be hurt. So, you know what I'm trying to say? So you might say that's down to ability. Ability down to a lot of things too. It depends on your skill, what you move, what you do, and you've got human body. But every martial art's based on collections of techniques and how you flow with certain techniques. But some techniques you can adapt to different situations, but some techniques you can't really change and try to make it work the same way in a different bit, you know, in another situation. You can't. It's like it works well for certain things. That's what I'm trying to say. So by that I mean, even give you a little example. Someone grabbing my shoulder, I can grab the guy's elbow, open it up, punch him in the gut. The same as if someone grabs my wrist though, I can grab his wrist, but it's not the same, you see, I've still different range. So the body is different, you've got to work with different things, you see. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to stop this video. You take care of yourself and see you again very, very soon. Some martial art talk from me, Wushu Richard. More training videos to come soon as well. Don't worry, I've got some other stuff to upload, martial art videos from before, and I'm going to upload some new training videos when I can get some done. I do. I'm really tired today also. Been at work today, and also in real life, you know. And also there's going to be a typhoon apparently in the next couple of days where I am. See you again soon. Take care. Take care always.